What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and what we're going to be talking about today is this dude, Michael Thomas, the position hero. Now, I told you guys in an earlier video the dude was a goon, right? But I didn't realize that he's that much of a goon. Now, the most primary place that I would say he's the most goonish is probably in the red zone when you high point. Now, at this point, everybody should know how to high point. It's not that much of a big deal. Like, you know that if you get into the red zone and you're playing a savage like myself, we're going to try to high point you. Even if you're playing a bum, most people know that if you just throw it up and pray, you're usually going to come down with it. But it's something very, very different about this card. I can't really explain it. We're going to get into the gameplay in a second, and I'm going to show you exactly what's going on. But I don't know, because he's only 6'3", and guys like Randy Moss, 6'4", and Calvin Johnson at 6'5", those guys weren't bringing the ball down like that for me. So I don't know exactly what the issue was, and I can't really figure it out. And I don't know if EA is going to probably nerf him in the next coming, whatever weeks or whatever, because I think they're more focused on Madden 20. For those of you guys, like I said before, if you're going to EA Play, enjoy it. You're going to be able to see Madden 20 for the first time. But I think it's only going to be in limited modes, though. So you're not going to be able to see everything that's going on. I think they might give you some regs gameplay, so you'll get a little bit more of a feel of what they're going to be doing. But right here, I'm just showing you some of the depictions of, what made the 99 overall team. Most of you guys that have been here for a while, you guys already know that I put the video out showing how we got to the 99 overall team. No, they did not put out Alan Page yet. They gave us Michael Strahan. I don't know why they did that, but it is what it is, right? So we're going to jump into a gameplay right now, and I'm going to show you what this who dat is all about, bro, because honestly, right now, I'm starting Michael Thomas over OBJ. Is there a chance that we might raid sell him effective immediately? All of that is highly possible. But you got to remember, with OBJ, I actually use training points to get him to the 99. So it's going to be kind of counterproductive because EA Sports charges you like 35,000 MUT coins to get your training points back. So it's kind of weird because I want to raid sell. I don't really need OBJ. To be honest with you, the last couple games, I sub him out of the game. He doesn't even play. Chad Johnson takes care of the slot for me, and I have Michael Thomas and Juju out there. So those guys, those big body receivers, they pretty much do everything that those guys do, but at a higher level. And it wasn't really like that maybe like a couple months back. Everything has changed. I just don't know what goes on. It might be the sliders. I don't know what they're doing with it, but something's going on with the way that they adjust what actually happens in the game. But anyway, none of that really matters. We're going to jump into the gameplay right now, and we're going to start to see exactly what is so different about these cards. Like, this guy has the regular Juju. It looks like he has a regular power up, but I'm not doing all that power up from scratch stuff because I don't think that really matters with the extra speed. They all pretty much run the same way. If they get out in front, you can't chase them down. Like, I literally couldn't chase down like a D tackle that picked up a fumble that had like a 60 speed. So once these players get in front, you're not gonna really chase them down unless it's Deion Sanders. And it's kind of ironic because Deion Sanders is 99 speed, but anybody can chase him down, bro. Gary the Snail, bro, your grandma, with her crutches, whatever it is, right? So it is what it is. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and do my regular subs. Vander Esch is out there, and pretty much what he's trying to do is he's gonna be, if we need to put somebody in zone coverage, he's going to be that guy, which is why he took over for Montez Sweat, and then we're gonna put Montez Sweat on the D line. I think we put, Lawrence Taylor's going to stay where he's at, and we're going to put Jason Taylor at the other D tackle spot in the 5-2. So if you guys really need to see exactly what I'm doing, all you would have to do is pause the video, go back to that screen, and you'll see the numbers, and then you just correlate it for how you guys want to run the 5-2. But pretty much putting the right guys in the proper position, that makes the defense work. Some of you guys just go out there and put whoever. You got to have guys with high excel and high speed on the outsides. The two guys in the middle that are blitzing straight down, they have to have high block shed, but do not put out of my way on them. If you put out of my way on them, they're going to get stopped up in the middle of it. Since I took it off of all my players, everybody plays so much differently. And look, you see what Vander Esch is doing? That right there allowed me to pick that ball off right there. Because Vander Esch, even if he's not in a complete flat and you put him in a quarter flat, he still goes all the way to the sideline. You see what I'm saying? So if they throw the ball quickly, he'll be there. If they try to float back, he'll still go back. So it's not really much you could do with him. And that's kind of weird because Jalen Smith, he also has high zone, but he doesn't play that well. So I don't know exactly what's going on. Okay, he's just going to leave him wide open. Go for 6 right there. Go for 6, man. That's, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what, bro? I'm going to leave Chad Johnson. We're not going to threaten to raid sell him because he always comes down with some really, really impressive catches. So I'm not even going to threaten to raid sell him. He's safe right there. But this guy right here is, he's simply just not playing any defense. So like I said, usually we get in the red zone right here. Gronk is only useful in the red zone to do what he just did right there. You motion him out, you make him block somebody, and you pray that he does block. Because usually he won't. And that's why a lot of you guys are saying to go after that new Ultimate Legend Neil. Neal is pretty good simply because his numbers are so high for like impact blocking and like the lead block. I don't think there's another card that has that kind of block. He has to be able to block. Like if you think about it, like even though we know he's not going to, with those kind of numbers, he has to be able to do something. Probably lay down and make somebody trip over him. Like he's going to do something. So I'm thinking about going and grabbing him. But I'll let you guys know about it, very shortly. Because if you see when I come in right now, when I'm trying to run this single back right here, pretty much what I'm trying to do, I just need to jam it in right here, bro. That's all I need to do. And you see, like right now with the guys that I have there, it's already, almost unstoppable. Even if you run commit, you still probably, if you cut it to the outside, right or left, you're still going to get that traction and get into the end zone. So, getting the primary blockers there is going to be huge for the red zone. Now, you haven't seen what I'm talking about with Michael Thomas, and I know you guys are like, yo, why would he talk about Michael Thomas as a monster, and he hasn't even showed anything? We're going to get to that, bro. But I'm telling you right now, all you Who Dat New Orleans Saints fans, this is one thing you guys got right. The dude dominated the league last year, and I think EA did him right with this card. Remember, all of that is subject to change, though. Like, he might come out the next game, and it might be a funeral. Like, I will be rage selling him. If he drops a pass that I really need, he'll be gone, bruh. Once I rage sold Randy Moss, nothing else really matters. I guess, no, Calvin kind of hurt too, but they screwed up Calvin's card even in the beginning with the most feared. When they gave him the, like a 90 overall or whatever, they gypped him on his speed. They made it so he didn't get a physical chem. Like, they really just made Calvin Johnson just a normal receiver. So that, I really didn't like that from the beginning, but Randy Moss has always been my guy. So once I rage sold him, it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know what? I could rage sell anybody. Once you get over that first thing, like, it don't really matter about nothing else. So this guy right here, I don't know what his offense is. I don't really know what he was planning to do, but I know he wanted to rage quit. I just didn't know when he wanted to do it. Like, you play a guy and he's like, his offense is so stupid, you don't know what he's doing, and then he just like, oh, who's that? Is that, okay, that was Julius Peppers right there. And then that's Montez Sweat? All right. Now, you see why I tell you guys about the acceleration. Montez Sweat, right? NFL draft player. 99 acceleration, 98 speed chemmed with John Madden coach. He's going to always be involved with the play, which is why I switched out. I forgot who I had. I think I had Jason Taylor. Now, Jason Taylor has a 94 speed. He gets all these other chems. None of that really matters. I want you to watch this. Watch Michael Thomas. Just watch what he does right here on this play. And you tell me how often you've seen this happen. You see that? You see what just happened right there? Now, most players won't do that. You see, okay, go to the locker room. Go to the locker room, bro. I'll see you there. But look, listen. Most players won't do that. It won't be unbumpable like that. It just depends on some of their traits. Now, he doesn't even have a high beat press. We're going to go take a look at his card in a second. But that right there was frustrating because when I motion the guy over, right, usually what they do is if they have the player down, if the corner is down, the cornerback is trying to press. So what that means is when I'm going over to that side, no matter where I'm at, if the guy is not off, we automatically know that he's probably in that, a pressing zone, or he's in man-to-man if he's lower down like that. With the zone coverages that stay off, it's harder to get by them. This guy right here, he pressed down. So what happens is, like, if you're running cover 3, certain coverages, even cover 2 with the cloud flat, you usually get a bump. But on certain receivers and on certain, like if you go streak as opposed to a fade, you'll get that animation where the guy will just run right by like that. This guy is unique in doing it because the only other player that I was actually able to make that happen with was Randy Moss. So that was the only other thing that Randy Moss is good for. When you motion Randy Moss off, if a guy, like even if he's in a cover 2, if he's down low on it, you can actually make them miss the bump depending on when you snap the ball when they motion across. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to scroll down right here. And I just want to give you some examples, right? Right now I'm comparing him to Juju. Look, pay attention to what's going to happen when we get right over beat press, right? Right there. The 93. You see how he's a 93, Juju Smith is an 87, which you Steeler fans, you're going to have to be careful with that because there's no more AB. It's all on Juju next year come the NFL season, bro. He's going to be, he's that star receiver. He better work on that beat press. You see Jerry Rice has a 92. Odell Beckham Jr., he has a 98. And that's what's so weird about it. OBJ would have been bumped on that route. And I don't know if it's because of the height factor, different things that go in, but I don't know if they nerfed OBJ, but I just want to give you guys like the correlation with it, where the numbers can be deceptive. Because he's like at the 93, obviously, and OBJ, he doesn't get those same type of off-the-burst animations, especially when they're in the cover 3 and they have that certain blue where the guy will like bounce back. You notice that if you look back at that play, the cornerback was like caught off guard. That's simply because he just gets that step. Some receivers are a little bit more glitchy than others. So I would urge you guys to go ahead and experiment, see which one works for you. But for now, Michael Thomas is going to be the starting wide receiver on the squad. I do think that we could probably free up some more training if we get back half of the 68,000 for OBJ. We could probably free some stuff up with that and see how that works out for us going forward. But I'm not sure if we want to raid sell him yet. It depends on what you guys think. Are you guys want to see OBJ? Because he hasn't even played in like my last 10 games, bro. The dude's sitting the bench hardcore. So it don't really matter. If you guys want him out of here, let me know. Leave it in the comments. We'll you know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it and see how it's working. But Michael Thomas is a dog out there, bro. And he might come back even more like amped up after the Saints got cheated from going to the Super Bowl. But we'll see how that works out. But definitely grab you one. He's very, very cheap right now. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.